Hi everyone, delonewolf here. Welcome back for some more space engineers, and in today's video I'm coming to you guys with another update on our preparations for the attack. So at this point I have finished the cube drone, which you can see in the background there, but I've also been working on some rover drone, something that I couldn't really get working before, but after finding a video that sort of explained some of the wheel settings that I had to do, I don't understand why. I have now managed to make these drones here that run on solar power, basically super slim, really the minimum needed in order to get an extra turret on the field, and at the moment they're just circling their way through in between two waypoints. But before I show that to you guys, so there you can see how it's slowly doing its thing. A quick update on the cube drone over here. So I did add a couple of small things. First of all, we've got an ore detector so that it can also function as a scout, and especially in space, sort of hoping to have this as a transport ship as well. And that's also why I added a camera here, because if I go in here now, I can press 8 to look through the camera. It's got a zoom function, which from what I hear can be very handy in order to spot special resources on asteroids when you are in space. So I love how it looks at the moment. The top solar panels, not that happy with it, but it's 4 extra, so that should really help a lot with the generation of power. And these guys over here just giving it their all. Our 2 tanks are here, and here is another one of these little drones. You can see now running small circles across the test 4 waypoint, and then eventually, or maybe not, I'm not exactly sure what's happening, he should make his way to test 5 there as well. I'm not entirely sure how all of it is meant to work, but let's get started on perhaps building a third one, and hopefully we can show everything to you guys and then try to bring it on the field. So what I'm actually going to use for that is this setup here, and then we add a projector. Now the projector is very handy once you've got a design that you like. You do have to set it in basically the right position, so let me see if I can spot that. First of all, we need that one to be on top, which is now on the left, with 4 little brackets, and then at the front we need one that has 2 little brackets on the circle. So I get and I don't have what I need for that, so I'm actually just going to go projector, middle mouse button, and then whoops, I'm going to pick that up, and we'll put that one down. I actually managed to get it to work. It's still a little bit complex, but all you really need is the projector, a battery, and then an access panel, and you are good to go. So let's do that again. You can now see right here at the front that we have 4 brackets on the circle bit of the projector. So that one needs to go to the top, and that is gonna be like that, I think. And then you have one here is an empty one, another empty one, another one, and here this one has 2 of them, so this should really be the correct position. There we go. And then through the access panel I can go over here to the projector, and I can now select my blueprints. And so we want to make another one of these defense drones. If I'm not mistaken, all I really have to do is double click. Multi-grids are not supported, only the largest grid will be used. Not sure what that's about, but that should be fine. And for now the offset is set at 0, which is not what I want. So here is what it does. I'm not exactly sure how it decides where it sets the model, but I kind of want this one to basically touch just the outside of this row of blocks. So we need to move it over to the left, and then do we need to move it down? No, we actually don't. We just need to move it over to the left. That should be fine. So what I have to do here again, control, no, actually better to press K, go to the projector, and for that we should have one of these offsets: horizontal offset, vertical, and forward offset. So this is the one that I want, and if I go to the left, then this one goes to the right here in the positive, this one goes there as well, and I think something like a 6 could be correct. Just close it and then see where we're at. Yep, there we go. We are exactly in the right spot. This projector is now touching the model of what we are going to try to construct. And all right, that's just the barrel not completely being shown through the projector thing, but that's okay. All right, let's first of all grab some plates so that we can get that going. All connected inventories. Take down those that don't have anything in them, and I'm just gonna take 100 of these. And we are going to get started. And so I really do like this. Once you've got good designs, as I've said, you can now just start building them. If you want to make it a little bit more clear as to what you have to build next, you can access this again, and then somewhere down here you've got a show only the buildable ones, and there you can see now I can build this line. And then at the final one, we can also build a solar panel if we want. I think it takes some steel plates. I'm actually going to put those in there, and then we can just keep going. Here is going to be one of the central spines, although I set it up as a double spine. So let's do that. And then, that was actually already the Gatling turret. Here, that's going to be interior plates for this one. We should still have a little bit here. And that's, I set it up like this to make sure that it's at least somewhat sturdy. And then here we've got a little bit extra. So it goes like this, like that, like that. That seems fine. And now we really do have to, we can keep going. Thanks to the Gatling turret, we can now also cross to the other spine. That leads out to more solar power, of course. And then it's basically a front side here. That has this little row. I basically needed that to have a connection point for these solar panels. So we're going to set that up. That's actually also, I can definitely, anything that I can fill a little bit, let's definitely do that. Using these 100s, that should be okay. So that's another solar panel. And that's something that you'll notice from time to time. Not sure if I can still show that with the last one, is that selecting the right item to build is not always super easy. But here you can see the outline, right? You've got a Gatling turret surrounded perfectly, basically, by these turrets, by these solar panels. That's going to then provide the energy. So now I'll need some interior plates to get this stuff going. But what I can also do is just right-click, add stuff to the build planner. Right click on this as well, and then maybe we'll do like the 2 first solar panels. Let's see if we can grab all of that from here. And in the meantime, what I'm of course doing, I'm just mining more ice. I need more ice in the large cube, in the Borg cube, so that we can keep going. And it's not full, so sometimes it's when you don't hide empty. But there we go, 1000 out of 1200. So that's a pretty decent calculation for what we wanted to do here, which especially this one is pretty important. We of course now have a cargo container, so we can put some ammo in there. I thought about doing small ones, but then I would have to offset the solar panels, and then we can try and finish the top here. So that's this. Can probably do 2 of them, and then it doesn't look like we'll have that much left. Exactly, so I can right click on these 2 to finish the 2 solar panels. And then this is gonna take a little bit of doing as well. We have the battery here next, and then around that we are starting to have, don't I have some of these? Yeah, here it is again, right? Now I'm actually probably working on the battery, but I could select, if I aim a little bit carefully, some of these armor plates, and we could keep going like that. And there's now the connections to the wheels, which have a little bit of a bug. I'll show that in a moment as well, but first let's try to grab some more resources, especially for the battery. We get a couple of items that are pretty bulky. It's these power cells. So here now you can see I'm full, 1192 out of 1200 because of that, and it's kind of important that we try to finish that. So let's select that battery. We're at 4. I should have everything in the build planner in order to complete this one. So let's go like that, and I'm actually also going to add a little bit of extra of these, and just to be safe, some extra interior plates as well, because I think there's a couple more items that will require them, and you basically do need that basic first item in order to be able to start on it, and then just right click to continue. So that's the battery done. That's fine. Then I'm going to keep building out the iron plate scaffold, you could say. Yeah, there it is. So that's another wheel, of course. So let's go like this, like that. Let's see. I'm actually going to... this one worked all right. So if you're like in this place, I'm actually going to take this one out again. Like this, right? You get a problem because it can't put the wheel down. But then all you have to do is just get it back to the outline from the projector. Get out of the way, and there you go. You can always add the wheel that way. So should definitely not be a big problem. And then I get a couple more of these armor plates that are dividing some stuff up here. And then at the back here, what do we still have? Well, we get, of course, some gyroscopes. Actually, a lot of gyroscopes. In the video, it was mentioned that having a lot of gyroscopes help to get these drones to actually move. So I actually went a little bit crazy. Oh, and we actually need way more stuff for that. But all right, and let's see if I can start on this one. Yeah, there's gyroscope. Remote control unit that requires the interior plates. And so now in order to finish things, what I can pretty easily do, let's first do these, I think. So we'll do that. I think I can easily add some more. And you can see now I can't just right click something that's not started. And this is why you want some of those extra armor plates and interior plates to get a pretty smooth progression on everything. So let's grab that. And it is telling me, not exactly sure. Oh, it's because I'm still carrying all of that solar panel stuff, of course. Now we don't have a lot of room. So let's definitely finish these as well. They should be able to catch some sun rays and help with the battery. And then let's see if there's anything here that we can finish. Yeah, a nice gyroscope. Second gyroscope at the back. The radio comms, they're pretty big as well for the antenna, but you definitely want it. And now we're starting to run out. Oh, I can start this, that's good. Perhaps for this one as well? No, okay, so let's just do a couple more extra right clicks. Probably going to waste some stuff. Because of that, I am messing it up just a little bit, but I should be able to basically grab, yeah, that's a decent amount of stuff. And I'm again just going to add a couple of armor plates just to make sure that we can start on everything. Whoops. All right, took a little bit of damage. Don't rush in too quickly. So here we get another gyroscope. Another one. I want to do the remote control as well, for sure. Then there's a camera in front of it. I can finish that. Good. Here's another gyro. An armor plate and another one. Now, okay, need just a little bit more. Oh, they actually need large tubes. That's why this is actually taking a little bit of effort. I see. All right. Let's also take this one and just do that again. I think it's the third time that I click that one gyroscope. Now we got two of those. So I'm again just going to fill it up a little bit extra. Let's maybe try and take some of these. We'll need them for the wheels anyway, so that should be fine. So that one is done. These two at the back are done. Oh, that one's actually done and is not aligned to show a light. That's why that was not working. And now we can finish these. Good. Next one. That stuff. And then, yeah, we're again missing more stuff. I'm not going to do the two front extra gyroscopes since my other drone is actually working without those. That's not a big deal. And after that, all we have to do is finish the wheels and we should be ready to roll. And to show you guys some of the settings for the Rover drone to actually get that one working as well, I'll deposit. So we're gonna again take this one down, get started, and deposit a large tube in there. Take this one down. Nope, again the wheel outline. Come on, give me my wheel. There we go. Tube in there, and I think we're pretty much ready except for the wheel. So we need everything for this, everything for that. everything for this and that, and this and this and this and this, and then we should have everything. And now let's see if I can actually we don't need these anymore, I don't think so, and we can take all of that with us. So that's actually quite reasonable, right? 3x3 wheels. Once you get the tubes, the large steel tubes in there, is not that much in resources. So we can finish these, and that's what I wanted to show you guys. They start spinning right away, and the reason for that is that the projector has actually remembered all of the settings for the rover from the template as well. And so as a result, this one will start to drive and can actually have its autopilot functioning the way we want right away. So let's finish this. I think that's everything. Yeah, should be working. I'm going to grab a little bit of energy so that we can keep going. And then we are going to activate our drone rover that we have built using the projector. Now, step from here, of course, perhaps one of the cubes within the cube, and maybe especially, actually also I want to make sure that I can keep flying for a long time. So let's do this and that. Nice, the ice is building. So one of the things that I could do, although I'd probably do that with flying drones then, is to like set up a facility where we have a projector and then automatic builders as well, of course, in order to perhaps build a form of a flying drone or something like that. Now, it would pretty much be ideal to use this one for that, but it may just be a little bit large. I'm not exactly sure how I want to go. I love this. This fits perfectly with the drone cube in the back here, but not sure if I could do like an internal bay for that. But perhaps we could eventually expand even bigger and make it work that way. But let's get back. Oh, this one actually. No, this is the one that we just built. Yeah, that's stuck. So that one is moving and that one is still running its little circle. All right. So what we are going to need then, oh, well, maybe we can try and ride this one first. So everything is ready, and you can see now that that in these settings it wants to just keep going. So this is going to be I think small grid 559 that I've just made. We can easily test that by just grabbing the wheels, pressing off, and there we go. They have stopped. So that's all right. We know which one this is. I mean that this one should actually be called Defense Drone 02. Defense Drone 02. Okay. And then this one, info, will of course become Defense Drone 03. And then I should be able to click OK, get out of this, and then take a look. There we go. All right. So let's start by detaching the drone. So I'm going to take the projector out. And then it now just goes on the slope. But what you saw here is actually why we have all of these gyroscopes. Basically, this drone has the ability to turn very efficiently without necessarily needing to use the wheel turning or anything like that. So first of all, let's try to take it for a spin. Cube, Defense Drone 3, and then I'm going to try and take the actually put the wheels on, and I'm going to go into the remote control and try to quickly take control. Where the hell are you? Oh, god damn it. Remove these waypoints because we don't need that, and then I am going to take control so that we can see what it's doing. And oh my god, I'm not really able to steer it very well, I have to be honest here. All right, so now I am off from the drone, and so this is basically what I don't fully understand is what the hell is this drone thinking at the moment. So in order to keep things under control, I'm going to deactivate the wheels again, so we should now slow down. But I will show you the settings that are important in order to get a drone that moves on its own, because for the rovers honestly, it hasn't worked for a long time. So what seems to be pretty important is to get the power to 100%, to get the strength to 100%, to get the friction down to 20% or less. I'm using a low speed limit just to keep everything under control a little bit and try to manage them. And then for 2 of the wheels, in the video it shows right, which is why I'm also choosing right here. You actually have to set them to invert propulsion for some reason, and that seems to now allow the drone to at least move on its own and to turn on its own using these settings. Anything else that was special here? No, not really. So for the test, what I actually need then is a spot for this one to start patrolling. And so since we accidentally went into a good direction anyway, I'm going to try and basically get him to patrol around this hill. So what am I going to do for that? I'm going to set up an extra waypoint. We're going to call that, maybe I'm actually going to use their own names for this. I'm going to call this one drone 3. Now a single one, then the autopilot just stops, and it just like what you saw with me trying to take control of the drone, it just starts riding off into the sunset in a certain direction. No way for me to actually do anything about that. But once we have 2 waypoints, then it seems like a circle or a patrol command keeps the drone in check within that region. So that seems to have been working for me. So here again, we're going to go for GPS and then new from current, and I'm actually going to call that drone 3.2 like that. And then we have these waypoints, and then next, in order to get, oh, did I accidentally press my O button? No, it's on. Or am I too far? Let's see. Ooh, really? I'm already out of range? That's interesting and actually a little bit worrying. But we can test it out, I guess. Let's take a look if I can access it here. Yeah, I can now. So drone 3. Then I'm going to go to the remote control, and we are going to add 2 waypoints, namely GPS locations. Let's see here. Drone 3. Add, drone 3.2 add, and then it's already in a circle. It moves forward. It's using the camera, so I can set the autopilot on, and then in order for the drone to actually start, we will just toggle the wheels on, and there he goes. Now the second waypoint could be a little bit far away. I'm not really sure. There's actually something that I also wanted to check, so I'm actually going to do that while we are recording this video. That is for that should depend on my antenna. And aha, there we go. We can have it take more power. But let's give it 10,000 meters or something like that. Oh, I can control click. Just go 10,000, and then that should be fine. And in fact, what I could decide to do once we get ready for our assault on the facility is, for instance, set everything to 15 kilometers. That way I should be able to call these drones in, as sort of a backup. And that's really the plan, and that's really why I wanted to be able to build these types of drones. Now, they're not very efficient. I basically do think that they use their wheels in a strange and illogical way for now, but the most important for me is that this works. You can now see this drone is going to put itself or try to put itself as close as possible to the drone 3 waypoint, and then after it's been happy with that position, it actually just either starts to circle this or does a little bit of a patrol between these 2 waypoints. And so here we go. We actually now have another forward defense drone, another Gatling tower. Oh, that still doesn't have ammo. We're going to have to fix that as well. But that is basically now ready to defend the main cube, and that I could very easily, with 1 or 2 waypoints, move towards the operation area of operation or theater of operation. What is it called in like a military jargon? Not exactly sure, but I could pretty easily bring these 3 drones in support of our tanks just by adding a waypoint and then adding that waypoint to the autopilot, removing the others, and they'll just start heading in that general direction. And now you can see he is on the second one as well, but I would need to access the cargo bay, which we can still do from here as well. And if I put this in the medium container, you can see it's taking 3 of them. And so now, yeah, it's got ammo as well. And so this stuff is going to start patrolling. If an enemy were to come by, there we go, it would start to aim at it and fire off into the distance. And so this is starting to be our army, our assault army. Could do the same with this one, but honestly, that's going to be for attack 3. If the tanks and the ground attack fails, we are going to have to go through the air, I think. I love this one though. I'm absolutely in love with the cube design. That internal engine is so cool, and now this is like really an all-around little small grid cube that's perfectly complementary to our base of operations that can move. I'm planning to, these guys, we can lose them, put them up against this one. It works or it doesn't matter. Eventually we'll then just salvage everything, put it back the resource in the cube. But with this one on top of the large cube, that's what I'm planning to try to take into space. And in fact, we already have a connector ready here as well in order to be able to do that pretty comfortably. But there now you can see our army build up with the 3 now drones patrolling, rover drones patrolling, and how we made them, or how I can keep making more and more of these pretty easily and pretty quickly, efficiently, I would say, by using the projector as well. Really in love with this. What other game can you build something like this? I mean, it's a different type of sandbox from EVE Online, but this is super fun to me as well. So there we go. I still have 2 minutes to try and grab that unknown signal. So that's what I'm going to do. But for now, that's it for this one. Thank you so much for watching, guys. And as always, I'll see you next time.